We're here today at Bronze Kingdom with Miss Tara Dorsey. Now, what is your role here, Miss Dorsey, at this fabulous place?
I am the National Director of Investment Art Acquisitions, and I oversee community outreach as well as education outreach.
Okay, awesome. Now, would you be willing to share with us some of about some of these pieces? Like, what about this interesting?
Yes, this is a Yoruba shaman's vest. What you have here is medicine pockets. So these would have been pouches of medicine that the medicine man carried. The mirror and the whisks were spiritually used to cleanse away evil spirits.
Wow. So he had a big responsibility of carrying all the medicine.
He was the medicine man for the village. Yes.
Wow. I have never seen anything quite like this.
Yes, it is stunning and amazing to understand what they were able to do with so little and how it worked so well.
Wow.
Much better than actually what we have now, apparently.
Yes, I mean, they were pretty efficient in what they were doing.
I think so. That's wonderful that he's able to handle a whole village.
Wow. Now, tell me about this amazing display. What are these women doing here?
So this is from the Ashanti culture. It's a birthing piece. They're extremely rare, and one of the ways that it's even more rare is it's anatomically correct that you can see the head coming out. Now, what it is said is only women are allowed to be present because this is a very sacred process. So these women were there for the birthing, and if at some point the child were to come ill or have any issues, it was said that you could go to one of the women that were present at the birthing and they would be able to diagnose and cure.
So we're talking, they were doing stem cell research before the time.
I tell everyone that. I said, you know what, we're just catching up to where Africa was because we were just hitting stem cell research, but they had their own version and I think it worked for them just fine.
Wow, so I wonder how did she know that she was able to go back and get that placenta to do all of that? It's amazing.
So yeah, it was just really said that because of the sacred, no men were allowed. Only women, and the women that were hand-selected few that were present at the birth, that was their purpose because it was a very special and sacred experience.
Wow.
The value into birthing and motherhood when you look back at Africa is really wonderful to see how much it's valued.
Wow. Thank you for that.
Okay, this is the Jimon collection. This was actually one of the first royal sets that Mr. Bennett was able to acquire. It is from the Benin and the Tata regions in Nigeria, which were actually the same tribe until the English came in and colonized and put a line down the middle of it that they began fighting. Eventually, they sort of made peace and had a coexistence where each one had half of the royal throne set. However, many years ago, a storm washed out their bridge, and they had to walk 12 to 14 miles around now to get to each other. Mr. Bennett offered to rebuild a bridge for them, but he built them a concrete bridge, so they're able to bring commerce into the village. And once that was done, he was then gifted and able to acquire the set as their gratitude. A lot of pieces that Mr. Bennett has been able to acquire really are due to his philanthropic nature. He always says he doesn't know whether the art chose him or he chose the art, and I definitely say the art chose him, just based on his philanthropic works and what he's been able to do, not only here, but in the African community itself, is why I think he was gifted and has been allowed to show the pieces.
This is a fantastic. So they were together, then separated, but now together.
They were separated when the British separated them, and then each king or Oba gifted Mr. Bennett with their half of the set. So this is where this was the first collection he was gifted.
This is awesome that he was able to inspire and make changes, and that's awesome.
And allow them to bring commerce into their village and generate a source of revenue. So this is one of my favorite pieces. This is from South Africa. This is Savannah marble. Each piece you'll see has different markings. There's no paint involved here. This is the way it comes. Now, if you look at the expression, the weeping woman was given this title because it said that an African woman only weeps when she's mourning the loss of her child. So this, to me, the artist truly did a fabulous job of connecting with that sadness. I would never have believed you could do that with marble. But he did a fabulous job of that.
Yes, she actually does look sad. Oh.
And the markings are truly amazing. There are multiple Savannah marble pieces. Every piece is different because the markings are different. If you look at this piece here, this is Proud Woman. And if you look at the details of her hair, her necklace, her eyes, what he's captured here is so very different from the Sad Woman. He's captured her pride, the elegance in her hair, her earrings, her jewelry. And again, the markings are so different on each piece that it really is amazing. And again, these are Savannah marble from South Africa, so just a stunning piece of work by this artist.
Magnificent detail here. I mean, everything, the lips, the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, the hair.
It's amazing what the detail that he's able to capture.
Now, if someone wanted to come down and get a tour, how would they go about that?
They could reach out to us by phone or shoot an email from our website, and we could set that up. We host individual groups, families, churches, corporate organizations, private events, so whatever type of event you're looking for, we're happy to host those, whether it's an individual tour we can schedule, or we can schedule tours for groups. We do some wonderful family reunion events. We like to have multiple generations, which we had over the holidays. We had multiple generations, 5 generations of family come in and share the experience.
In celebration of Black History Month, how would you say that this will be able to touch an individual?
I think it's very important because to be able to experience the royalty and majesty of our background is not often gifted to us, because I feel like we are so often portrayed on a local, a national scale and an international scale that our history begins with slavery. And as rough as that is, it's really a blip on the radar of who we are, which is why we only have 2 slave platforms here. Everything else is really focused on the majesty and the greatness of the people that we were before slavery.
So that explained the magnificent detail of everything, the kings, the queens, they're all celebrated here today. Yes. And every day.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.